You know, being ignorant is not cute. It's not funny. It's actually sad. It's actually disappointing, and it hurts my heart. You know, because the information is there, and if you're too lazy to look for it, you can't ask Siri, you can't ask Google, you can't ask Cortana, you can't ask Alexa. How are you going to ask Big Brother? How are you going to ask the man for information about yourself? Now, if the man allow you to use his libraries, that's a different case. But in some cases, you still won't be allowed. In France, they have a library that you cannot enter, a very good one. You cannot enter it unless you have a degree in France. There's only 3 main books that's not even in America that holds the most knowledge of Black history. The British has the best African library, and the Vatican has the second largest Egyptian collection. And what saddens me is, the point that people are very confused about slavery and then going to ask Siri or Google questions, loaded questions about slavery in history. You're going to ask him to tell you about your story. You're going to ask him who destroyed your books. You know what I'm saying? Because all these wars was wars about information. Timbuktu was destroyed twice. Okay? But for you to say, or anyone to say, that Africans only came here via post-Columbus, or, you know what I'm saying, no Africans were here until Columbus came here, and then slavery. And to say that Columbus had slaves on the ship, and that was probably the first ones to get here before the actual slaves came. And to speak of slaves coming to Southern America first, that's good, that's interesting, because America is America, whether it's Northern or Southern. It's called the Americas, okay? But, first of all, Europeans thought the earth was square. And if you said anything different, that was your ass. Ask Galileo. His best friend, Pope Benedict VI, put him in jail for writing a book about how the earth was round, and also how the planets, the earth, and everything revolves around the sun. But I'm going to stop right there. And I did not ask Alexa. I did not ask Siri. I did not ask Google. Now, Africa, first of all, Europe is twice as far as Africa from the Americas. Europe is twice as far. Africa is twice as close. You can go from Africa to America to the Gulf of Mexico without a sail, just on current alone. And where there isn't a current, there are winds, currents. The wind is guaranteed to go in this direction in this part of the ocean. But there are some parts of the ocean current in the Atlantic where once you are in that current, there is no turning back. You can't get off that current until it reaches destination. There's just no manpower, no oar power, no human driven power that's powerful enough to take you out of that current. Now today you have these fancy jets and motorboats and stuff like that, but during those times there was not enough men powerful enough to move the ships away from the currents. Once you was on track like a slot racer, a slot car, to go on that current, you was going to America. But yes, I will give you this point for those who know who I'm talking about and know where this message is for. More slaves did go to South America than Upper America, the United States. And and then in the United States, they thought it was cheaper to breed slaves in America. After they brought so many, they started to breed them so they wouldn't have to wait on the shipment. It was just too much liability, too much backstabbing and killing and suicide and all of the above. So they started breeding slaves in America. But first of all, they were blacks or Africans or whatever in America going back and forth to America even before Christ, let alone slavery or Columbus. And people speak of the Portuguese and all that stuff. Where do you think they got their map of the current